Welcome to the Advanced Tool Health and Life Coach certification. Today we are discussing specialized coaching topics in health and wellness, more specifically using behavioral economics in coaching. Introduction. Behavioral economics examines how psychological, social, and emotional factors influence the decisions individuals make. By applying these principles to coaching, you can better understand why clients behave the way that they do and help them create sustainable change. Traditional economic theories assume that people make logical decisions based on rational thought, but behavioral economics recognizes that biasness and emotions often override rationality. Let's look at some key points. Core principles of behavioral economics. 1. Present bias. Definition: the tendency to favor immediate rewards over long-term benefits. Example: a client chooses to binge watch TV instead of investing time in exercise despite knowing exercise benefits their health. Coaching strategy: breaking down long-term goals into smaller, manageable tasks with instant rewards. Example: focus on winning the moment, not the month. 2. Loss aversion. Definition: people fear losses more than they gain values. Example: a client hesitates to cancel an unused gym membership because of sunk cost. Coaching strategy: highlight what they may lose by inaction. Example: energy, health, or progress. Example: what's at risk if you stay where you are. Let's talk about behavioral economic principles and have a look at these examples, which are feasible options, circumstances, self-control issues, others' opinions, biasness, and paternalism. These are the determinants which are driving the behavioral economics principle. Let's move on. Number 3, choice overload, also called as paradox of choice. Definition: too many choices can lead to decision paralysis. Example: a client struggles to choose a specific diet because there are too many available plans around him. Coaching strategy: narrow down options to 2 to 3 actionable choices. Example is not about the options, it's about the right one for you. 4. Anchoring effect. Definition: people rely heavily on the first piece of information encountered when making a decision. Example: a client assumes that they must run 5 miles daily because they heard someone else do it. Coaching strategy: you can reframe the anchors to manageable starting points, such as taking a daily walk instead. Example: begin where you are, not where you think you should be. 5. Default bias. Definition: people stick to default or preset options due to inertia. Example: a client automatically eats fast food because it's convenient. Coaching strategy is helping the clients design healthier default systems. Example: meal prep. Example: what defaults can we set to make healthy choices easier? 6. Commitment and consistency. Definition: people strive to stay consistent once they commit to something. Example: a client who publicly shares their goals to quit smoking is more likely to follow along through. Coaching strategy is using accountability partnerships or public declarations. Example: consistently build confidence and momentum. 7. Social proof. Definition: people are influenced by what others are doing. Example: a client attends group fitness classes because they see friends participating. Coaching strategy is to encourage participation in communities or group activities that align with your goals. Example: surround yourself with people who reflect the life that you want to live. Applications in coaching. 1. Designing habits with behavioral principles. Use nudging techniques, or basically subtle prompts, to encourage specific actions. Example: place the client's sneakers by the door to remind them to exercise. Example: how can we set up environment to make success the easiest choice? 2. Setting smart goals. Behavioral economics emphasizes breaking goals into smaller, actionable steps with immediate feedback. Example: instead of exercise more, a client sets a goal to walk for 10 minutes immediately after lunch. Example: clarity transforms intention into action. 3. Raising awareness of cognitive biasness. Educate the clients about the natural biasness and how to counteract them. Example: discuss the sunk cost fallacy to help a client drop activities that no longer benefit them. Example: sometimes the best step forward is letting go of what no longer serves you. 4. Utilizing visualization. You can help the clients visualize success and anticipate triggers. Example: a client envisions walking out of a challenging meeting feeling calm and focused instead of stressed. Example: the more detailed your vision, the easier your path becomes. 5. Positive reinforcement. Reward the progress with small incentives. Example: a client treats themselves to a new book after completely finishing a month of consistent workouts. Example: celebrate the small wins, the building blocks of big transformations. Let's look at some summary tables. Table number 1 talks about the behavioral economic biasness and the coaching strategies. Let's have a look at the biasness, the description, some coaching strategies we can use, example applications, expert tips, and the impact. Let's have a look at one of the examples, which is called as choice overload. Now these basically overwhelm due to too many options leading to indecision. A coaching strategy you can use is to reduce the decision paralysis by limiting the choices to 2 to 3 actionable ones only. They could be the top 2 to 3. Application example is that you can narrow the diet options to choosing between Mediterranean or Paleo. Expert tip: reassess the client preferences to offer relevant narrowed choices. And the impact is that it will make the decision making easier while increasing the focus on actionable goals. Take a moment to have a look at the rest of the examples. Table number 2 talks about using anchors effectively. Let's have a look at the 3 anchors: the negative impact on decisions, a coaching reframe you can use, example application, the expert tip, and the ultimate outcome of it. Let's talk about comparisons to other success. Now, how this will negatively impact you is that it causes feelings of inadequacy or doubt. So, a reframe you can use is shifting the client's focus towards personal growth metrics over social comparison. Example application: you can encourage your client to focus on 15 squats today rather than envying the influencer's daily transformations. Expert tip is that you can provide validation around each small positive development. Outcome is that it promotes self-esteem and fosters intrinsic motivation. Take a moment to have a look at the other 2 examples. Table number 3 talks about the tools for building accountability. Let's have a look at a couple of tools, its purpose, example application, some expert tips, and the impact that it has. Let's have a look at coaching check-in for the tool. The main purpose is to offer personalized and structured accountability. Example application is weekly follow-up sessions to discuss progress and challenges. Expert tip is praising adaptability, not just the outcomes, to reinforce effort. The impact is that it maintains connection and focus, refining behaviors towards long-term goals. Take a moment to have a look at the rest of the examples. Table number 4 talks about the default setting adjustments. Let's have a look at some scenarios: the current default action, the new positive default, application example, expert tips, and at the end, the impact. We can have a look at the first option, which is late night hunger cravings. The current default action is to opting for quick but calorie fast foods. Now the new positive default is that you can prepare these portioned healthy snacks like fruits or veggies which are ready to eat around you. Example application: you can have carrot sticks pre-cut and portioned in view at the fridge eye level. Expert tip is to keep the visibility to positive defaults higher for maximized unconscious adoption. The impact is that it reduces the decision-making fatigue post-work hours. Take a moment to have a look at the rest of the examples. Table number 5 talks about the motivation through social proof. Let's have a look at the social influence examples, its impact, applications in coaching, expert tips, and outcomes. We can have a look at the group benchmarks as an example. The main impact is that it builds energy and fun through shared goals. Applications in coaching: we can organize team challenges in areas like total steps completed each week. Expert tip is that you can mix extrinsic and intrinsic motivators, which are team-wide prizes alongside less tangible ego rewards collectively. The outcome is that it creates momentum inherited energetically from healthy competition. Take a moment to have a look at the rest of the examples. Now let's have a look at some MCQs. Take some time to read question number 1 and 2 and try to answer it without looking at the explanation. Take a moment to have a look at question number 3 and 4. And take a moment to have a look at question number 5. Thank you.